Have a Jewish friend?
No, sir, I do not have a Jewish friend. I am the black Jew. I am the black Hebrew. I am a member of the family of the black Hebrew Israelites. But if you're asking me, do I have a white so-called Jew friend who is not in that line of Semites, so I can't be anti-Semitic? Did you know that there are Semites in Africa? Did you know that there are Semites in Asia? That there are some Semites so black until they're blue black, purple black, and beautiful? These are people using a political term, anti-Semitism, when it's really anti-Kemetism, an anti-black program.
But nevertheless, there is true Hebrews. There is a true people of the Most High that is scattered throughout the nations of the earth this day. It is not whom that many people believe they are, such as the so-called Jews in the nation-state of Israel that we so see before us right now. I would interject that the true biblical Hebrews are the so-called African-American people that are scattered abroad throughout the world. It is very important that you understand who the true Hebrews are, because that end-time prophecy, lots of it, surround these individuals. Now please understand that not every single black person is a true Hebrew, but it is those that are under the curse of Deuteronomy 28.
Shalom, shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are. But you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem, because us the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray, because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back for the whole Gentiles, because only you gonna save us. So please come back to Zion.
Which are an ancient community of the Israelite exiles. Now this is, for the most part, the general consensus of the largest people in Africa. You do have different groups like the Abudai in Uganda who aren't saying they're from the lost tribes, but have joined the people of Israel in the large amounts of numbers. One other location I'd like to... Actually, before I go into this other location, what's fascinating is, which I speak about, is the transatlantic slave trade. A large percentage of it actually came from Igbo territory. So these Igbo today in Nigeria, who are practicing Jews, numbering the 40 million people with customs and traditions, doing circumcision on the 8th day, were the same exact people brought to the Americas on the transatlantic slave trade. Now, if someone goes to Times Square in New York today, you'll see African Americans dressed in Israelite outfits and yelling at people saying, "You're not the real Jews, we're the real Jews." And so most people saying, "Well, you guys are kooky, you just made this whole thing up, you made up a religion and an identity." Actually, no, they are the blood descendants, most likely, of the people who, from Israel, were brought from Africa to America. So it's very fascinating.
The wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha in the 5th chapter talks about how Jacob, how the heathen is going to be amazed and confounded when they realize that the so-called black man is that chosen line.
In America, there was a slave trade. And a lot of the slaves, a very high percentage of them, came from Western Nigerian ports. And in America today, you see a very large movement of African Americans who say that they're the real chosen people, that they're the children of Israel, they're the Judeans. So what are they just trying to create an identity for themselves because they were slaves, or is there really something here? And the answer is, most likely there is something there. And most likely, maybe that they were the original Israelites, and maybe that the Jewish people today who are white, Caucasian people came in a little bit later on.
I just wanted to come to you to impart some knowledge onto you about who the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are. Bloodline-wise, they are the so-called African Americans.
Brothers and sisters, blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You are the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here and to tell you these are the Jews. Gonna kill you, gonna kill Arabs, gonna mistreat white people like this guy, just to tell you this lie that you are nobody and we are the Jews with all the history and so on. It has been deleted, your history. You don't know who you are. Don't forget about it. This is why. Because America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you. I'm telling you this, please. I don't ask you to come to Israel and to start a revolution. I'm just asking you to start thinking this way, to believe me a little bit, because I'm living in Israel and I'm part of this injustice.
The Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are what we call African American.
If you look in Exodus 13:3 and Deuteronomy 20 and verse 2, it refers to Egypt as a house of bondage. Now, I want to show you something, and I know everybody has seen this. I saw it a million times, but never paid any attention and never really thought twice about it. But on the back of the dollar bill, there's a pyramid. Now, pyramids are notorious with Egypt. I mean, you say pyramid, that's automatically what you think of is Egypt. So why would the United States of America put a pyramid on the back of their dollar bill? Now, with the word Egypt meaning house of bondage, God was obviously telling the Israelites, hey, I'm going to put you back into slavery. Now, the only race of people that were brought over on ships and sold as bondmen and bondwomen, which are slaves, are the so-called African Americans. That's the term that the white man has given them.
It was the Ashkenazi, the Islamic slave traders as well, that then worked together with the indigenous black Africans to enslave the regal house of Judah. This is what we've got to understand, but you've got to go back before the 16th century to understand the roots of it. So we're going to see, as we dig into this, where this slavery came from, because it was really a system that was very, very well crafted. There was Islamic masters, and there were white Ashkenazi Khazar ship owners. There were the buyers and the sellers. And they're not going to fill you in on all of this, but really you've got a four-tier system. Number one, you have the Negro nomads that were exiled from the kingdom of Judah. Number two, you had indigenous black African hunters that resented the regal Negro nomads that had come into their territory with their own customs, with their own laws that were different and would not assimilate into their tribal culture. They were their own tribe. They were the regal house of Judah. And number three, you had Islamic trappers that worked with the indigenous black Africans to trap the regal Negro house of Judah. And then you had them sell them to the Ashkenazi ship merchants. Do you know how many blacks in America have been lost to Islam? It's outrageous. That's not your tribe. Your tribe is Judah. Muhammad's tribe enslaved you. Why would you convert to Muhammad's tribe when you're of King David's tribe?
Sub-Saharan West Africa is an interesting place, especially a little place called the Slave Coast, in which the slave traders called Negro Land. As you can see, the area of the Slave Coast was called Wahida. And if you look right above it, in English are the words Kingdom of Judah. This is the port where the so-called African or Negro American was taken, also to the British Islands, South America, and Europe.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Let's see, gotta get this microphone. Man. Welcome. You're tuned in to the Scorn Black Man podcast. This is episode 48. Titled, They Cloned Tyrone Movie Review. And it's featuring your host right here with the most, the Scorn Black Man podcast. I got my co-host up in here, good brother Don Yehuda, aka Fire Talk Podcast. Can you hear me good, Don Yehuda?
I hear you loud and clear, bro. What's going on?
Nothing much. I had a computer problem, so my computer's in the shop, and so I'm doing this right here off the phone. I never did one off the phone, so but this one here couldn't wait. Without further ado, man, we're just gonna go ahead and try to dive on into it, man. But before we dive into it, man, how you doing? How you doing, good brother?
I've been doing good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting back, taking care of business, waiting for us to jump back on and do something, you know, because I know you've been globe trotting. So with that being said, I just been sitting in the wings getting some work done. But I'm real interested to jump into this Tyrone because, like I was telling you earlier, when I first watched it, it was off my first day off of work. So I was up like 24 hours trying to watch it, ended up falling asleep halfway through. Came away with the impression like, yo, what I did see seemed weird as hell, you know, but then I went back and watched it again because I wasn't going to watch it until you was like, yo, we need to do a review on this because the movie deep. So I went back and watched it. And yeah, I'm glad I did go back and watch it because it had a lot of subliminal messages and a lot of innuendos in there that a lot of people probably wouldn't pick up on. So I'm just ready to jump in whenever you is, big homie.
Okay, without further ado, once again, episode 48. They Cloned Tyrone movie review. The movie come on, and it's funny how it come on. So the movie come on, you know, it's the usual nigga shit, you know, niggas outside a convenience store, shooting dice, talking about Tupac still alive and he down the street, you know, just silly conversations, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, that the white man love to hear us goddamn talk, you know what I'm saying? Just silly conversations about nothing. And, you know, it goes on from there, you know what I'm saying, to the little boy setting up the one dude that had a little small dreads in his head to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I'm getting out of that right there, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's showing how there's no really guidance for the younger generation, you know what I'm saying, from each older generation, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's using a little boy, you know what I'm saying, to set him up, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about how that movie came on, though? You know what I'm saying? What do you think about how that movie came on, though?
Hey, man, the producer came right out batting at 100 because a lot of the things that there's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie that you can't pick up just off of watching it one time. So it's funny that you started out at the beginning of the movie with the three dudes outside talking about Tupac, you know, and meaningless conversation. But if you notice behind them is a picture of a white guy that's overlooking them as they talk. And that's like a subliminal message letting you know that the man or white society or, you know, the powers that be that we don't know is overwatching civilization, especially the black communities. And so we see that with that in the background. And also on that poster, right? If you look at it, it says it keeps them smiling is on that same poster right behind those three dudes. And it's about a product called Soma. That name Soma actually is a reference to Aldous Huxley's movie A Brave New World. And that movie warns about the dangers of giving the state control over new and powerful technologies, which you actually see in the movie with them cloning, quote unquote, Tyrone. So, I mean, at the beginning of the movie, he comes out batting at 100, already hitting your mind with, you know, subliminal messaging, Easter eggs, things for you to catch, things for you to come back and watch the movie again so you can digest the information, because he really hits a lot of different tactics, conspiracy, stereotypes, and, you know, everything in between that comes with being here in Western society and the black community.
Man, you pointed something out that I didn't even see. So I didn't even notice I watched it twice. I didn't even notice the picture of the white man looking down at him. Somebody always make a smile. Oh, so that's what I got to go through when I go through the third time and watch it again, man.
Yeah,
But
it's,
yeah,
it's definitely one of the movies you got to watch multiple times.
Right. So from that point of setting up the, for having a little boy to set up the dude, he went over there, ran over the dude and shit. The dude called his boss man, told him what happened, and so he went, and then it brings in Jamie Foxx's character because the main character, he goes to meet Jamie Foxx, get his money. Jamie Foxx a pimp, a coked out pimp, you know what I'm saying, and so he go there, raising hell like a nigga, and
Slick
he comes
Charles.
out, yeah, Slick Charles, you know what I'm saying, and then he come out, get in his car, but he blocked in. He don't even know he blocked in. I already could do that. I already pulled up, so he blocked in, and then he gets shot the hell up,
right,
and then the nigga wake up. But in the meantime, it showed the first time that he went to his mama door and knocked on her and asked her did she want, a sandwich. So she thought, no, she just had some fish from a fish fry at church or something that somebody had done, don't cook or whatever. But so from that point when he gets shot up and he wake up, he go back to the pimp Jamie Foxx character and asks him, he went back to get his money again because he didn't remember that he got his money. You know what I'm saying? And dude like, man, you got shot the hell up, man. Like, how the hell you even living? So they go and find, the whole hotel him, yeah, you did get shot up. I seen where the car was at. So they end up going to this damn house. Let me get my notes right here. They end up going to this this house and found out it had a trap. It was a trap house. They thought it was, but it had an elevator that went down to a secret laboratory. And that's when you see the first white dude with the afro. We were talking about the other dudes with the afro. This is the first white dude with the afro, the one that got shot. That Jamie Foxx had shot him by mistake, and they found out that old boy had been cloned. They found out the one clone. So from that point on, now just that little segment, man, from him going to get his money from the pimp coat to goddamn getting blown away for the repercussions of, robbing, he catching the consequences, he using little boy for information. Little boy really came to him, but he been using him for information, it just shows like the karma and how everything, like that shit is so real because this right here happens in our neighborhood every damn day. And so he get his ass shot up. Now they go to this damn this house with this damn secret goddamn, laboratory down here. And he look and see his body. You know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna get a little real. You know what I'm saying? From this point, you want to say something right now, Don Yehuda? Because this next point, this next timestamp, he goes back to the house with the gangster friends. Oh, right, yeah. So he ended up going back to the house, and the house went, the laboratory was gone. It said then him, the pimp, and the hoe go to get some fried chicken and discover it's a secret recipe seasoning controlling all the niggas through eating chicken. You know
Hell
what I'm saying?
Hey, niggas ain't giving them no chicken.
This is a perfect point to start. Now I'm saying, so now to go back, this movie, if you notice the off-brand soda pops, the fried chickens, we're gonna get to the perms and relaxers, even the TV that we're watching, all used to control their damn minds. You know what I'm saying? All that was used to control their minds, man. But what you think about what do you think about all that so far, man? know what I'm saying? 'Cause this right here was some crazy. There was some crazy shit, man. It was getting deep. Cause you probably know some stuff in between that I didn't notice. Since you noticed that painting, at the store. What'd you think about all that right there so far from the, from the store all the way to the point where now they in the fried chicken coop eating, and everybody in here laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga laughing, he don't never laugh. You know what I mean?
Hey, he touched on all the stereotypes. The chicken, niggas doing the same shit every day, but ain't doing nothing beneficial. Hanging out, doing the same thing, hustling, going to get some money, getting into some violence. You know what I'm saying? Repeating the process, getting drunk, eating chicken. So, I mean, what do you think? What was your thoughts when you saw Fontaine like restarting the day over and over? And it's like he kind of knew something was off, but he was just going through the same routine every day. What was your thoughts on that when you seen that?
Yeah, know what I'm saying? Now, from the get-go of the movie, I noticed when he first went, I was like, all right, I could tell he from down south in the movie, but he drinking 40 ounces. I'm like, damn, that's some West Coast shit. Then
Right.
he got the lotto ticket. You know what I'm saying? He's scratching off and he losing. And the old man keeps saying the same damn thing. And he pour him a goddamn little swig in his cup of his 40 ounce. And after he got, after the first time when he woke up, that's when he seen the black car coming and get a body. I don't know if that was his body or somebody else's damn body.
Yeah, it looked like Fontaine walking down the street.
Yeah. Look, just like him walking down the damn street. They snatched his ass up. And old boy kept telling him a bunch of different riddles, and we're gonna get into some of that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To try to every time he wake up, he got like a different clue. He like, saying, it's like you said, he knows something off. But he just can't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? He can't figure it out yet.
Right.
It
kind of reminds me of like it's kind of symbolic about people today. Like we program into Western society thought processes, and some of us start waking up little by little. It might be something we see, it might be an event that takes place in our life or an experience, but something triggers you to start thinking outside the box and start looking for some type of truth or some type of eternal acknowledgement of why you're here on this earth. What's the meaning of your life or what's going on. So I looked at that like all the events that Fontaine was going through, even though he had got killed the night before, each day that he woke up or each time a clone was put out, it was like a little bit closer to those breadcrumbs of waking up out of the programming that he was into.
Right. And it's funny you asked me, what I think about, how he just keep waking up and starting his day off at the store. Because the next point I had was the next little time thing, and so all three of them, him, the pimp, and the hoe, they go to the store to ask the old drunk man, you know what I'm saying, about a riddle, and he tell them where to go find out. He said where would you go to flee Babylon? You know what I'm saying? Cause he told him a church. He started saying a riddle about a church, and then he said, where will you go to flee Babylon? So then they go to this church called Mount Zion, and the church is being controlled by the goddamn grape juice. Hey, that was funny as hell.
Yo, when David Allen Greer started singing as a preacher, that shit had me dying, boy.
Man, he started singing, man. They started damn twerking, everything they doing now up in there. Twerking and doggone, just shucking and jiving and every doggone thing. I said, man, look at this shit here. This shit couldn't be too more real, man. Man, that was so real. I said, man, this is a real movie, man. And it's not really getting as much push as play as I think it should be. Like this, man, this is a masterpiece, man.
Yeah,
it was a masterpiece,
man. It's a hood classic.
Yeah, it really make you think. Now, so when they go to this church, well, and so after the church, and I think later on that night, they sneak back up in there, and they find out that the major laboratory is underneath the church. You know what I'm saying? So they go in there, they sneak in there, they look, and then they find out that It's a whole bunch of clones. What I got here? I said we see two black men being. Oh yeah. So you go down there. So then they show how they guinea pigging. You know what I'm saying? Negroes. They got Negroes fighting each other. They turn it. You know what I'm saying? Cause they'll be fighting each other, then they be hugging it out the next second. You know what I'm saying? They turn it up different frequencies and goddamn, you know what I'm saying? On the music, they were playing the music, and when they were playing some gangster killing shit, these niggas beating up each other in there, and they start playing some like R&B shit.
Right.
These niggas hugging and shit.
Yo, it's crazy you mentioned that. You remember that interview that Kanye had on Drink Champs, right? And he was talking about the 808 bass drums and how the deep bass and the rhythmic flow control the crowd. One thing a lot of people don't understand, right? America has done a lot of research, and they brought in scientists, especially over in Operation Paperclip. After the Second World War, when they defeated Germany, they brought their scientists over here. But a lot of people don't know they did a lot of psychic training. They did a lot of mind control, such as EK Ultra. They had a lot of programs going on where they were studying the psyche of mankind, and you know, they discovered these things with the frequencies and everything, and so that's why you have Kanye West explaining to the masses, because a lot of people don't know this. They use the music and they use the airwaves and the media waves to control people or to implant messages or seeds into your psyche, so that way they can either control you or control your opinion and the ebb and flow of society. It's called social engineering.
Yeah, and that shit is. I mean, Negroes should know that right now. You put on some damn gangster music, these niggas, man, that's all they listen to. That's all they want to do is just shoot and kill each other all damn day long. Just run down on each other. You know what I'm saying? Because it's constantly telling you, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, fuck a bitch, fuck a bitch. So that's all in, even the R&B right now. It's not no 90s type of R&B where you talking about, you know what I'm saying, making babies and making families and marrying a woman, putting a ring on it, let's get married. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about boom, boom, skeet in your face. I'm throwing my dick in your head. You know what I'm saying? They talking about going in the booty hole, tossing salad. Let me eat your ass out. You know, it's all kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying, shit. So they go down in this major laboratory, they seeing all of this shit. They seeing how they controlling, like I said, they got the music thing going there, got the niggas in there fighting 1 second and hugging it out the next second. You see all kind of it was most stuff going in there, going down up in that laboratory when the first time they go down into the major laboratory. So they let me see this one I got. It said they also figure out the government was cloning everybody. I mean, wasn't cloning everybody, just certain leaders and puppets. You know what I'm saying? So now to piggyback off that right there though, to go back to when they went to the fried chicken joint. Remember, old girl snuck back in there. So this time you see the second white dude with the afro. You know what I'm saying? The first one came in the first laboratory. The second one right here, he coming in, you know what I'm saying? And so she kind of seduced him a little bit or whatever. And she noticed on the cameras, they checking everywhere. They're monitoring Negroes everywhere. I'm talking about in the corner store, the churches, the strip clubs, every damn well. She noticed this and you know what I'm saying, and found this out. So now fast forward to the first time they in this major laboratory up on the Detroit church, one of the main, you know what I'm saying, ones, well, especially the major one in that city. It say they figure out they wasn't cloning everybody, just certain people's leaders and puppets. Now, with that being said, they wanted certain type of only to make certain type of Negroes. You know what I'm saying? You might keep one or two good ones they might clone, but they were really cloning a lot of super hard killer gangsters, somebody that's gonna kill their own people, you know what I'm saying, and destroy their community. Those the ones they want, you know what I'm saying? Cause now in this major laboratory, they they find out, you know what I'm saying, the character of Jamie Foxx, he finds out he's a clone. You know what I'm saying? He find he a clone. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep an old pimp to pimp out some hoes, a gangster to shoot up all of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And they can make the holes. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like the community gonna make the holes, so they ain't got to clone the holes. You know what I'm saying? Because she was never cloned. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She was never a clone. I think they had the pastor. You know, some of the pastors. I think the pastor was a clone down there. Yeah, he was a clone. So it was man pretty crazy, man. What you think about that part right there about them having to clone certain people to basic make to make the movie look good, the movie that they want to make, you know what I'm saying, meaning, you know what I'm saying, have us fucked up in the, because this right here was showing like the people they had cloned, they want to them type of people that indoctrinates our community, put it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
What you
I
think about
mean,
that part
if you
right
look
there?
at it, the main characters, which was Fontaine, Slick Charles, and Yo-Yo, right? Those are the images that they promote to our people on a constant basis. When you look or listen to music, or you see any type of movies or any portrayal of so-called Black America, you have the drug dealer thug nigga, which was Fontaine, or you have the womanizing pimp ass nigga, which was Slick James or Slick Charles, for my fault. And then you have sisters who be hoeing themselves out, which was Yo-Yo. So you see the promotion of these three characters through the music, through the imagery in movies and TV shows, through our communities. You walk down the street, you see any 2 out of 3, if not all 3 of these characters embodied in our people anywhere you go. So they had to clone these people. These are the people, these are the plants that they put within our community to keep our community at a certain sub level. That's why you have the music that promotes, like you said earlier, killing, materialism, the worship of money, the casual sex, no responsibility, no accountability. Kill your brother, kill the nigga that look like you. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog-eat-dog world, and it's all about me. So we see these things every day. You see little kids singing it in the music. And what people don't understand, this is also mental programming. This is mind control. This is sorcery, because every time you hear this over and over again by different artists that you put on a pedestal and you worship, it becomes comfortable within your spirit to either do it at some point or to be accepting of it, and not to turn away from it. A lot of us accept a lot of things that is detrimental to our community, and that's because we've been programmed through day-to-day society tactics such as TV, music, miseducation, family members, and so on, who spew, or regurgitate the same information over and over again.
Okay, yeah, and so that right there just showed, man, like they love to make those are the type of niggas that they're gonna put on a pedestal in our community. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One way or the other. They're gonna put the gangster all the way, from the gangster all the way to the you know what I'm saying, the preacher. Dre for Cosmo, who got an echo? Is it me or Danya Huda, or is both?
I hear the echo when you're not muted.
Okay. So when you talking, I'm gonna mute, because I was doing it earlier, but I forgot. You know what I'm saying? But so the next time stamp, so it's the point I want to make. So the white guy at the first laboratory, the manager of the fried chicken spot, the DJ at the strip club when they came out through the thing. So when they leave the big laboratory this first time, they come out through a strip club. They use the elevator to shoot them out of strip clubs. Shoot them from the damn church to the strip club. Now, ain't that's about from the church to the strip club. And so and then the white guy from the corner store. All them white guys had afros, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what is these are the white guys that they use, you know what I'm saying, to fuck us up, because these are the medians. These are the ones they sent out to be your buddies, and you know what I'm saying, and to either more indoctrinate you. This is what I got out of that right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you got out of watching, you know what I'm saying? And that'd be very interesting. What did you get anything out of seeing all those guys with the afro? Because like I say, it was the guy from the first laboratory, the manager at the chicken spot, the DJ at the strip club, you know what I'm saying? The one that turned the damn motherfucker like motherfucker, the song he was using the music to control the damn people in there. They, you know what I'm saying? And the guy from the corner store that be selling the 40 ounces in liquor, they all got afros. What do you think these white guys with afros is a symbolic?
Well, when you look at the movie, they were saying that I don't want to go too past the timestamp you got, but it's alluded to near the end of the movie that they were whitewashing Negroes. And so those white dudes with the afros were really Negroes that got whitewashed or whited out. And so they was using them because they were their perfect clone specimen at that point. They were able to go in, set up shop, you know, deliver the products that was controlling the people, the perms, the grape juice for the churches, the chicken for niggas in general. And that was their gatekeepers. Those was the ones that was handling all the business for them in their specified locations. But that's what pretty much what they were. That's what I got from it, is that they were the last cycle of the whitewashing. Because when you look at the original, like I said, I don't want to go too far past your timestamp, but they allude to what the plan was and why they were doing what they were doing within the various black communities. They were assimilating the niggas into the Western mindset and culture. You know, that's what the actor alluded to when they was at the club, but that's pretty much what it is, bro. They was the whitewashed niggas that they planted in various locations in the city.
Okay, and probably getting right into where you were just about to go to. All right, so now so they go back, they end up going back to this you know what I'm saying? They come up with a plan because what's the name? Vontaine, he had gave up. He like, fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in between time what happened, so when they left the laboratory the first time, they come out through the strip club or whatever, they get chased out the strip club. The damn DJ with the afro, he used the music to damn make them chase them out the strip club. They get in the car, and then some kind of way they get stopped, and all the people surround the car. Then they stop. Then so old boy them get out the car, the pimp, the hoe, and Vontaine, and this white guy pull up. And he pull up with a motherfucking, with a bodyguard that looks just like Vontaine, but older. And you know what I'm saying? But he's a clone. And so the white guy is using him, and he holler out some words, and it affects Vontaine and the character of Jamie Foxx because both of them are clones. So these words are on the mess of a clone. So the whole, it don't mess her up. So as the man controlling them two, you know, roughing up old girl and making them about to shoot each other or whatever, he started explaining them why they needed to do that to black folks, why they was doing it to black folks. You know what I'm saying? And there was a higher power, higher than him. He's just a person they sent to do all the dirty work and clean shit up. This when he started explaining how, you know, why they needed, you know, the pimp and the gangs, you know what I'm saying? And Vontaine was like, damn, so y'all just need a motherfucker like me just to fuck up the community. Yes, that's exactly what they need the gangster Negro to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is how, I mean, and I've been calling black people clones since episode 1 of this damn podcast, man, because it's all about, you know, in my opinion, you know, I'm gonna save everything for last but you know, it's a real spiritual warfare type of thing. It's really mental, and he was telling, I mean, just how deep. So Vontaine, like, damn, you motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You sitting here making cloning pimps and hoes and pastors to give us that shucking and jiving to keep our community now people fucked up at a low estate. But that's when he meets, you know, he going there And so when he leaves there, he really down there quits. And then the pimp go to him, and he was like, "Look at man, I got a plan." So they make up this plan that he shoot himself, he could get himself inside, and then Jamie Foxx could get all the gangsters, you know what I'm saying, the city to come in, and you know what I'm saying, and wreck shop down in the laboratory. So to skip all the way to there, they, you know, started to execute the plan or whatever. They save old girl, cause old girl, the whole got kidnapped. They saved her down there, you know what I'm saying? They put that perm shit in her head, but she had a wig on. She fooled their ass. She had a wig on to save the damn day. So they go down there and they start releasing, you know what I'm saying, clones and stuff. And so then that's when Fontaine, he gets beat up by the older clone, like his older looking clone of him, and he kills him to the scientist. And the scientist is the original person, you know, and he explains to him why he was doing it and what he was trying to do. And it showed like he was trying to not he wants to assimilate in with them. And by doing that, basically turning us to a bunch of crackers. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that part right there? 'Cause I know you want to go in on that part right there, don't you?
Yeah, you said a lot, man. You went through a large amount of the time stamp. Let's go back to the part when you was talking about the club scene when they got chased out. I was listening to the producer of the movie, right? And I didn't even notice until he said it. During that scene, they used a technique called suboral, should I say, excuse me. And the crowd that was chasing them was being controlled by a suboral frequency, which means it's below thresholds of hearing. So that's what you would call like subliminal messaging within the music. They used to even do it and still do, I'm pretty sure, in the movies. If you go Google it or go to YouTube, you might be able to find old videos where they would pop messages on the screen at the movies that your eye wouldn't catch, but your subconscious would see because it would go that fast. You know, you'll get a urge to want to go get some popcorn or soda or to do some other stuff that wasn't on your mind because you're getting bombarded with these subliminal messages. So what he said was, in that scene, they used the suboral frequency to control the crowd. And he said when the crowd calmed down and dispersed, it was a lyric in there that said, calm or calm down or do as you were. And that's when they went back to partying. But on the producer's video, when he's showing it, they actually slow down the music to where they type out the words and you can hear it. So that way you see that the crowd is actually being controlled by the music. And what's interesting is the white boy that was DJing, his name was DJ Strange Love, bro. This motherfucker name was DJ Strange Love. Now, that brings me back to the scriptures, because anytime that the Most High was giving Israel their commands when they was going into the land of Canaan, that he told them not to take strange wives. So it kind of was like strange love. It kind of just sat in with me when I seen that, like, damn, DJ Strange Love. So that's niggas' love and affection for what the other nations are bringing to the table, quote unquote hip hop. As you see, he was controlling them through the music, the subliminal messaging, and these things happen right now. You wonder why every time you go out to the club, almost every weekend somebody's getting shot. There's always a fight. There's always something going on. Now, what did they show you in the movie? The stereotypes, the beer. So that's alcohol. They controlling you through that. So we know when we out on these scenes, we drinking heavy. You know what I'm saying? The music, they're controlling you through the music. It's all violent lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things that we see happening, you wonder, like, damn, why this shit always go on? As soon as I pay my money to get in the club, I ain't even getting to enjoy myself because niggas acting up. They coming in this motherfucker fighting, shooting, niggas getting killed. All of this is because of the programming that we're being subjected to, and niggas just don't realize it. Or they just being willfully ignorant. I don't know which one it is, but that's the case. So when you go back to the other part of the timestamp, when they go down in there, now it's like brothers and sisters waking up to the truth. It's almost like Neo getting taken out of the Matrix. everything that he was having an epiphany or an assumption about got proven when he saw the clones. So now he know he wasn't going crazy. You know what I'm saying? After Slick Charles was telling him he got shot up, this happened to him, and he's not thinking like that wasn't me because I'm here. But when he's seeing the clone, now it all started sinking in like, yo, there's something deeper going on. And that's, to me, was the allegory of our people waking up to them being in the matrix, waking up to we being fed bad foods, chemically induced clone foods. We're being taught miseducation about our history, who we are, bad economics, things of that nature. We're being hoarded into small confined communities where we're on top of one another, which breeds hatred and anger and violence. You know what I'm saying? They're putting liquor stores and guns and destructive music into our neighborhoods and our communities. So all of these things play out into Fontaine, Yo-Yo, and Slick Charles realizing that the man, quote unquote, the man has been controlling every aspect of life, which goes to the cameras that you mentioned earlier that was in every nigga community.
Yeah, man. You hit a lot then, man. And what was so crazy, something else I noticed, he kept going, so every time he would go back into his mama room, he'd knock on the door and she always have an excuse for not seeing him and shit. And I thought that was very symbolic because, at the end he went ahead and kicked in the goddamn door and there wasn't nothing in there but a damn, like a little speaker, empty room with a little speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought that kind of symbolic how, I thought that was symbolic how, sometimes we have these like, like woman like, well, I'm a single mother, but they're in the household, but they ain't there. See what I'm saying? You got the child, but you really ain't there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really raising the child. You know what I mean? So he's like, every time all he want to do is see his mom. Okay, the English, mom, I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I thought that was very kind of symbolic of how they breed us, or breed I want to try to be single mothers, but a lot of them is in the household, but they ain't in the household. You see what I'm saying? As far as is really being productive and raising that child in the right way. A lot of them just running the streets and then just collecting welfare checks and running the streets, drinking and drugging and stuff. I mean, that was just some symbolic shit that I seen right then. I was like, damn, this movie here. I mean, it's all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you bringing up stuff that I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. So let me see where I was at in the so they get down. Let me see. So he meet himself and he explaining how he want to change. He want to assimilate in with the white society, and wasn't asking him why. He's giving out some cooney reasons, really why he wanted to do it. And so
hey bro, did you notice the clones? It was like 5 clones by from black to white.
Yeah. I noticed that. So in the office, they had 5 clones. He had like 5 clones behind him, and he was showing them how the evolution was going to be like when a white man try to show like a damn monkey evolute into a human being. This is what this fucking damn dumb Negro had behind him. He's a mad scientist type motherfucker. So he want to turn us into a bunch of crackers, man. So I'm like, whoa, man. It was just so much, like your eyes just got to kill. Like this is a movie you got to watch like about 4 or 5 times because you will miss out. And every time you try to watch it thoroughly, but it's just more stuff to catch, man. Shalom, man. I know you got some good points, man. You want to come in and see what you all know what I'm saying?
Shalom,
see
bro.
What you think about the movie, man. You can hit that link in there, man. Come on. But yeah, man, this movie, you know what I'm saying, is one for the works, man. It really just really, I was so glad when I seen it, and I was so surprised because they really try to hide movies like this right here. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, it can be pushed a whole lot better than what it is. Because man, this is a movie right here that should wake up Negroes. you know, it's hard to do, but it should be one that should wake up Negroes, man. So he ended up making the bodyguard hitman dude shoot the scientist by calling out these words. I forgot what it was, black diamond or something like that. I think it was. You remember the word it was? Don't you? I think it was like black diamond or something. But he made him say that word.
No, not
and
offhand.
then
I
he,
don't.
and then he you know, cause he used that word to control the clones, especially his specific bloodline of clones. So he made the clone hitman shoot the original him, the mad scientist. And so all this right here going on while they doing the little raid. Let me see. And it said, all right, and so the last thing I really had, like the end, so they go in there, you know, niggas down in the goddamn laboratory calling the niggas from the hood, hey man, yeah man, bring Keisha through, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah man, tell her come through and chill, man. We down here below the ground, man. We under the ground. See these niggas, cause that's how a nigga would act right now, man. I promise you, this is how a nigga would act, man. Cause they really they don't did a number on us, man. Like a total good number, you know what I'm saying? And especially since technology kicked in and been going the way it's been going for the last 100 years, they use that more to just clone us and indoctrinate us and have us mentally funked up even more. Because, you know, now we got more gadgets they can control our minds with, like that social media, the phones, the TV, everything. But the last little time point I had, and then we could kind of just give a little overall, was they go, so now they showing it on TV, right? So now they discovered, man, they got laboratories in every major city and small cities, you know what I'm saying? But every major city in America, you know what I'm saying? They're getting clones out, right? So then they show it flips and go to LA. Now, and then they show this Tyrone character, man. I mean, this LA character, he comes out, he got the chucks. He going to get the 40 ounce, just like Vontaine. You know what I'm saying? That was from down south. He's going to get the 40 ounce, and the 40 ounce in the doggone scratch out ticket. The only way you know he's, you know what I'm saying, in LA, because you know what I'm saying, you see the chucks and he see the car, you know what I'm saying, with little small rims, and then them niggas sitting back, they smoking blunts and goddamn drinking 40 ounces and shit, and then they looking on TV like, damn man, damn, motherfucker getting cloned and shit, and then they show one of the goddamn clones that they cloned, you know, some off of Vontaine. But he said, Tyrone, man, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I got at that part right there, what I got at that part, that Tyrone, well, first off, we see why Vontaine was drinking them 40 ounces. I kept saying, I said, man, he acting like a West Coast nigga. From the first time it came on, I said, he acting like a West Coast nigga, but he down south. Tyrone had to be the original clone. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, this is what I got at. That Tyrone, that one in LA, he had to be the first clone that the scientists used. You know what I'm saying? Because when I seen that older hitman clone, I thought he might have been the first one. But I said, no, they just made him like that. He tweaked the DNA, and got them made him like that. You know what I'm saying? But Tyrone, the name of the movie is they clone Tyrone. This is Tyrone right here at the end. He the gangsterism, you know, so you can tell he gangbanger, killer, cat pillar. You know what I'm saying? He got the 40 ounce, same thing Vontaine was having. Got the lotto tickets, same thing, going to the corner store, sitting around just blowing blunts all goddamn day and sitting there in the house shooting the shit bubble with the niggas and putting in that work, but it's LA style. You know what I'm saying? And so like I say, you know, all that type of mentality, that gang bang and shooting up and killing niggas all day mentality, it really did start on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got that right there. That's what I got at the end of it. What you got at the very end of it? You know what I'm saying? That part.
Which part exactly that you want me to speak on?
When it showed them over there at the end, when it showed them go to LA and showed them saying Tyrone. When it showed Tyrone over there, like, did you get anything out of that?
Yeah, just let you know that they set up base in multiple cities. Like the cameras, when Yo-Yo looked at the cameras and she seen the cameras in all the communities that you might want to mute real quick, bro, if you just doubling up. But it was just, they set up shop in all the cities, so they were just replicating the process. They're experimenting on niggas worldwide, to be honest. So everything is happening like in your city is happening in my city, and so forth and so on. There's nowhere you can go in America where you go into the black community and you ain't already seen what's going on because it's happening in your community where you from. So that's what I took from that, that they cloned enough people and enough places in order to indoctrinate the masses and to keep everybody on a sub level to where they can control us. And nobody's the wiser. Also, with that beard, what's funny is another Easter egg that the producer said that Anaconda 40 ounce. If anybody has seen the movie Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White, that's where that 40 ounces from. The Anaconda beer 40 ounces from the movie Black Dynamite. And if you watch that, the white man in that movie was controlling the black community through the 40 ounces. So, he did a little homage to Michael Jai White with Black Dynamite because he said he loved that movie, but there's so many Easter eggs in there. And there's so many lifestyle choices that Black America make that is very detrimental to us, whether it's music, whether it's the places that we congregate at, whether it's the drugs that we use, whether it's the people that we be around. Like this movie actually touched on so many stereotypes with our health, how we eat, and the people that oppress us are using these things that we enjoy and like to our detriment and to their benefit. And until we wake up and realize that, the things that we do in our own choice is what's destroying the community, we're going to always be in this state. Ain't nothing going to change. It's going to be a repeat year after year, day after day, like Fontaine did every time he woke the hell up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Every time he woke the hell up, he got to go and ask the man, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, something wrong. I said, like, I just asked this motherfucker the same goddamn thing. He, you know what I'm saying? It's like they indoctrinate us with the same shit. The same shit. The music, the movies, the social media. You know what I'm saying? And once I'm about the TV, all that reality shows, the baseball ones, you know what I'm saying? The like you said, the foods that we eat, you know what I'm saying? The fried chickens and to the way we look, the perms, the relaxers, the soda goddamn pop from the goddamn corner store. All of it's damn trash. The GMOs, all these different ways, man, of tweaking our DNA, just like the mad scientists was doing, tweaking our DNA with all, through like these injections and these foods, that's making the male act more feminine, making the female act more masculine, putting that little homosexual little DNA serum in us, you know what I'm saying, and all kind of doggone mess, you know what I'm saying? But this is it's a spiritual warfare, you know what I'm saying, and they doing it mentally through all these stuff, you know what I'm saying? The drugs like Panama Jack, say shout out to Panama Jack, man. Shout out to Shalom. Once again, shout out to Cosmic Chaos in the building, you know what I'm saying? It's bad, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Hitler was cloning, Panama Jack said Hitler was cloning people in the 30s.
Yeah. And you know what? Panama Jack in the spirit, because I had this in my notes. He said that let me find what he said. He said that was the story of Yakub creating the white man. And that's what I had in my notes, and I didn't get to that point, was that that's why I kept saying I didn't want to allude to that timestamp in the back, because when he was talking about assimilating black people and turning them into white people, and then he had all the clones, 5 clones from nigga to white person right there by his desk, that reminded me of the Yakub story. Anybody that's familiar with the Nation of Islam's origin story on how the white man was created, there was a person by the name of Yakub, the big head scientist. And what he did was took a select amount of dark melanated people to an island. I forget the name of the island. And what he did was bred out the melanin out of the people over a 6 to 7 generation till he got the white man, which they quote unquote called the devil. And he sent them against his people. It was something that he didn't like about his own people that made him develop the white civilization to use against the black civilization. And so this movie kind of remind me, yeah, the island of Patmos. So this movie reminds me of that, and I'm glad that Panama Jack mentioned that because I forgot all about that. It's almost, yo, dude put together like a little collage of like some Nation of Islam information, you know, some conspiracy theories that we read about but don't quite know about. Some information we know with the cloning because we know that they already confirmed they cloned Molly the sheep way back in the early 80s. So you know they was cloning way before then. I believe somebody put a date in the chat, like the 30s or something that you might have mentioned. So and then you know with the things we eat, the chicken, the beer, the liquor, the alcohol, you know, the type of bad music we listen, like, yo, he covers so many motherfucking bases in this movie. You got to watch this movie probably like 10, 12 times, to be honest, just to look for the Easter eggs, just to look for any other hidden messages, and just to digest what it is you already saw.
Yeah, Colin Carroll said they've been cloning since '78. The original clone is his age. She lived in Switzerland. I said, damn, you know what I'm saying? She live in Switzerland, damn now. But yeah, man, they damn let me see what they say on here. They say they grabbed the original man to make the devil. He said, I think it took 666 years or something like that right there. I guess that to make the Yaqub. See, I never I always heard the Muslims say that, but I never knew where they got that from, that the white man was created in the lab. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, where the hell they got that from? You know what I'm saying? I thought they just, you know, just come up with that, but I didn't know the story behind it. So good looking on bringing that out right there.
It's called grafting. What he would do was take a light-skinned person and made it with a dark-skinned person and kill off the offspring that was dark and kept the lighter-skinned offspring and then repeated the process. So you got like black, brown, red, tan, yellow, and then white, something to that effect. And that's how he Yaqub created the white man, even though he wasn't alive for the whole process, but it was a process that he put in place that was like a 600-700 year to 1,000, something to that effect, amount of time for the breeding out of the genes to take place.
Okay. Yeah, man. We're gonna open it up for y'all, man. Y'all want to come on, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, say what y'all some other stuff that y'all may know or seen in the movie, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to come on, y'all can type it in there right now. But I'm gonna kind of get my little final say on what I got out the everything about the movie. From the beginning to the end, it was a great movie. I think it should be pushed a little bit more. I don't know what it is on Netflix right now, if it's number one, or I know it should still be in the top 10 or whatever. But I've been saying this for the longest, man. We are mentally cloned through all of these things, and finally they make a movie showing it. That's why I was so excited watching it. Like you say, you know, so like the brother said, you got to watch it. You know, so every time you watch it, you see new things come up in this damn thing, man. You got to keep watching and keep watching and keep watching it. Let me say, some say they got it from the story of Jacob in the Bible when you have to separate the sheep through breeding. You know what I'm saying? Cause I never knew where they got that thing from. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, created in the lab. So now we got, got that story right there. I mean, like you said, they put a lot of stuff up in there. They put, a lot of Muslim stuff, a lot of Christian stuff. Cause they showed the curses. Man, I see some of the curses are doing around the 28 of that mud, because it just shows how we're gonna be controlled and destroyed. You know what I'm saying? We'll be destroyed as a nation of people. And one way is that cloning of the mind. Now, whether or not they physically cloning people, like you say, like some of y'all brothers, but what I'm saying, just brought that out, what I'm saying, that could be true. But what I got out of this movie is a straight mental cloning, indoctrination to control, what I'm saying, blunt folks by controlling us through our music. Music one way, like I say, I don't do episodes on music and social media, but especially that music. As soon as they start playing some gangster stuff, you're gonna act gangster. You're gonna want to go shoot up your own fellow brother and sister. So they play some little freaky stuff. You're gonna go bust it on her face. You know what I mean? So they know how to control. You know what I'm saying? They showed all of that up in there. You know what I'm saying? The the alcohol, the beer. You know what I'm saying? The malt liquor, because that's what he was drinking. That old malt liquor for malt liquor 40 ounces. You know what I'm saying? To the scratch off tickets. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasting all their money. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hit the big lotto. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
that was me just 2 weeks ago.
So they show that right there. And they show the you know, the bad foods, you know what I'm saying? The greasy fried chicken with the special recipe, you know what I'm saying? That's probably cloned chicken. And we ain't touching that right there. Probably cloned chicken. Like a lot of them restaurants over there, damn, you know what I'm saying? Fast food restaurant, cloned chicken, you know. To you know, our women using the perms and all that, you know what I'm saying? It just showed, you know, messing with that shit seep into your mind, cause all kind of damage. Because they showing that, you know, that perms are causing you know, damage to not only to your scalp and your hair, but to your brain and your body. You know, to, you know, just all of, man, that movie just touched on so many damn things, man. Like, but all of that controls our people, but especially that social media and you know, that reality shows and just that music, man, and you know, just hanging around a bunch of foolish people too. You know what I'm saying? All that indoctrination, but how the white society of America they love placing these. They have puppets. These puppets become our leaders. That's the game bangers. That's the rappers. You know, that's the R&B singers. You know what I'm saying? That's the pastor. You know, that's the big time dope boy. You know, that's the finest hoe. You know what I'm saying? That's really a hoe in the neighborhood. You know, just so many different things. And the only way to fight that thing, man, you got to fight it. This is a spiritual war, man. This is a spiritual war. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strong-minded. You got to have, you know what I'm saying, strong faith in whatever you believe in, but make sure whatever you believe in, that is for you and your people, you know. And so, cause that's why I played the clip, you know, we them bros, man, we the Israelites, man. And everybody know that. And we must always be kept at a low estate. That's what the first white pope said when he came into office. The real Jews must always be kept at a lower state. So that's what, you know, they're gonna do everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying? Especially where it's a bunch of us at. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to indoctrinate us. And the indoctrination is to make us look foolish, because like the white man was saying when he had them paused, when they escaped out the damn strip club, him in the streets, he was telling, you know what I'm saying, he need niggas, like, you know what I'm saying, to keep the you know, the persona going around. Oh man, these Negroes is bad. Now that gets the cops to shoot you up. They get the white people. They want to be goddamn vigilantes and goddamn citizen. What is it, citizen police and all that type of shit. You know, citizen arrest. You know, it just went into so many. I mean, your brain could go so many different ways, man. Watching this movie, don't say, because you see everything that you see in real life, and you be talking about it. And people just, you know, they still gonna fall into that clone zone, man. They still gonna fall into the clone zone, you know. That's what I call it, the clone zone, man. They're gonna fall in that thing left and right, man. But you gotta stay strong. You gotta get in, you know what I'm saying. Me, I prefer I get in that book, man, the good old book, and just focus and meditate, you know what I'm saying, and then stay away from them type of things. Stay away from watching these reality shows. Stay away from listening to music, you know what I'm saying, that all it talks about killing and hurting your own people, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from watching these damn gangster movies, you know what I'm saying, all damn day long. They could put some more movies. We're better than just gangster drug dealer actors and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We could make more better movies than that. And I'm glad I'm seeing brothers making, all brothers and sisters participating and producing and making all type of different type of movies now. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so we got to kind of, you know what I'm saying, we got to get together. And we got together, we could fight just like they did at the end. They had to gather together because he was, you know what I'm saying, they used two rival neighborhood niggas. They had to come together, you know what I'm saying, to you know what I'm saying, to bust down that wall. So that's what we got to do a Zephaniah 2-in-1. We got to gather together and bust through the walls, you know what I'm saying, physically and mentally. You know, I'm glad I seen that little riverboat thing because usually I've been on scene a bunch of crackers beat down an old man and every nigga recording it with a goddamn phone in their damn hand. But not this time. You got, so you get the little young boy, he's swimming across the goddamn lake or river to go, you know what I'm saying? And then Run got his clothes and took a breath before he got involved. See, we got to come together like that mentally and physically, you know what I'm saying, to overcome this type of demon, because this is pure evil. Like Buddy put in this here. I seen somebody put in here just pure evil. And that's what that was, man. Just pure evil, man. Pure evil, man. Shout out to Willie Jenkins. He said, yeah, if you don't get anything from this movie, you lost it. Man, damn right. Damn right. You got to get something out of this, you know what I'm saying? You got to get something out of this movie. I mean, I don't know how you can watch this movie and not get nothing out of it. Just like what it said. So long, so if they got cloning labs, they under the hospitals. Hey, you might be on it, son. You might be on the son, Shalom. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they at military bases. You know what I'm saying? Definitely at military bases. Anyway, they got some clone bodies. They might have some little, they might have some extraterrestrials bodies or something too. It said Panama Jack says Hot Boys sent a lot of people to prison back in the 90s. Music is a big influence on the youth. Oh yeah, because you see right now, it's nothing but, you see like every place got their own little drill music scene, but everything is like I brought up one time when I was talking about the music, I think it was episode 3 or 4, when I first started podcast. I say we went from Grandmaster Flash to, Young Boy NBA, Little Dirt, you know what I'm saying? These are, these boys just killers too. You know what I'm saying? Not just on the track, but in real life. You know what I'm saying? These boys are setting up, sending motherfuckers to die. You know what I'm saying? Every song got to be somebody damn dying or getting fucked up. And it's never on no other nation. It's only on their own people. That's why I say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That kind of music is used to being cloning the shit out of us to fuck our people up, man. You know what I'm saying? And, it went from the message, and they say, nah, them boys is actually cleaning up the community now. Oh shit, this music do no. Let's not sign nobody that damn rapping about, clean up the community, loving one another. We only gonna sign artists that gonna talk about selling joy. And they started off little by little. They put NWA in there, and then they just went gangster stole. You know what I'm saying? You had Queen Latifah rapping about, unity, MC Light them, and then that shit went to, you know what I'm saying, the Little Kims and Foxys. So now, yeah, you ain't got nothing but goddamn whole rap. Now come out and one the women rapping nothing but whole rap. So it's whole rap and gangster rap. You know what I mean? That shit is just
yo-yo.
Yeah, that is some crazy stuff, man. But your final thoughts on the movie, man, and everything you got out of it.
I'm gonna just read this one verse because this what comes to mind just thinking about the movie. It's in Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. I have also spoken about the prophets. The producer Joel Taylor, he's a messenger. That's what prophet means. He's a messenger. So he's giving you a message through this movie, and have multiplied visions. And he showed you many visuals that's affecting the Black community and how we're being affected within our community. And use similitude. So this movie is something similar to what we see in real life. Just something that we can all agree that we know a Slick Charles, we know a Fontaine, we know a Yo-Yo. You know what I'm saying? We know the white actor who was the assailant that was the enforcer for the original Fontaine. We know Fontaine's brothers and sisters that's put in those places. A lot of people call them the boule in higher levels, or gatekeepers on lower levels. So we know all of these people within our communities. And it says by the ministry of the prophet. So, the Most High, the Creator, put it on the spirit of this brother to make a movie that was comical, but yet touched on a lot of real life situations, a lot of ideas that's talked about within the community, not even just ours, but within many different communities, about the conspiracies of what the government or these invisible people are doing with the food, with the airways, with the social media, with the educational system, with the workforce and so on. So he was able to, take comedy and put it with serious undertones and topics. So that way, while we're sitting and laughing as a people, because we're a visual people, we love to laugh, we love to joke, we're jovial, we like to party. So he put it into a movie that's similar to a Friday or something, but it has some of y'all think after you watch it. Not everybody gonna get jarred. Like when you watch movies like The Matrix, only a select few gonna actually be able to see the elevated message that the movie is portraying. Just like this movie, only a select few of our people are gonna be able to really understand what's going on. Their brain and their spirit gonna be jarred, and they're gonna be like Fontaine when he realized that he's been going through the same cycle over and over again. So I implore anybody who hasn't seen the movie but might come across this review, definitely go see the movie. And everybody that has seen the movie, go watch it again. I mean, for one, let's support Black media and entertainment. For two, it has a strong message that we need to really sit down with friends and families, laugh and joke, but bring up the question like, yo, is that you? That's you, ain't it, nigga? That's you right there, ain't it? Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to have that conversation about what we're doing, what we putting our energies into, and what we're getting back out of all of that participation.
Man, couldn't have said it better myself. Carl McHale said, if you notice, the club and the church was connected on the ground. Yeah, that's what I was telling. I think I was telling you that, Daniel Huda, earlier. You know what I'm saying? I said it earlier in the podcast. They had the church, you know what I'm saying, at the major laboratory. You go in through the church and you come out through the goddamn strip club. It came out holes, big booty holes right there. I said, damn, they go big ass, old big country ass too. So they came out through the locker. I said, this shit is wild.
You know what that means? You know what that means? Sin Saturday, get saved Sunday.
Oh man, that would trip me out. What you can say? I recently spoke to my father. He said we have to understand we all have good and evil in us. We need to control ourselves and not the evil overweigh the good in our souls. Absolutely, 100%. There's no perfect person without sin on the face of this earth.
Right.
Never been. Right. Never been. And Panama Jack says it's 600,000 people that go missing every year. Something's going on. Yeah. That damn, you know what I'm saying, them abductions and them human traffickings, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on.
Hey, can I give you an Easter egg on that, bro?
Go ahead.
Another Easter egg in the movie, since that's what you talk about, abductions and kidnapping, is if you remember at the beginning of the movie, it was a sister that got out the car and there's a brother that was bootlegging CDs, right? That sister actually is the woman when they go underground and you see the person with the wires holding their eyes open. That's that same sister that got out the car and turned down the CD from the brother out in the parking lot. And she the same sister that you see at the end once they got free. She was one of the people that they freed. So he said in the movie, all the missing people posters was of her, because it's a lot of people that go missing every year, like the brother Panama Jack said in the chat.
Yeah, damn, you know what I'm saying? That's another nugget, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't notice. You know what I'm saying? That's another nugget. I mean, and that's you see Hollywood's exposing all of the child shit, and motherfuckers is, is tripping, you know what I'm saying? They don't know what to do. They're exposing Oprah, you know what I'm saying? Because they use Oprah is one of the damn puppets. She's one of the leaders, you know what I'm saying? That they use to fuck our people up. You know what I'm saying? She's one of them. Willie Jenkins says, there's nothing wrong with loving one another. There's nothing wrong with that. And see, they pump that in us too. That's another clone indoctrination that they pump into us. You know what I'm saying? That there's something wrong with us loving each other, that we must love them. And I think you brought that out earlier on Donahue, when you brought out a point when you was talking about I think when you was talking about the white dudes with the afro, or you talking about somebody else, but you brought that up, you know what I'm saying, that they were trying to make us just love, them. And the mad scientist, he want to assimilate in with them. You know what I mean? And so those are the type of leaders that they send out there, man. This movie, man, he did a hell of a job. And something else I didn't want to bring up, don't say, I forgot when I was talking about you know, a lot of that shit originated in L.A. and how they took it back there at the end. I thought they were gonna show, you know, the first Jamie Foxx, his character, you know what I'm saying, the tunes, because remember he said Slick Chong, he kept saying I'm 1975 player ball of the year. You know what I'm saying, what it is, the player ball of the year, you know what I'm saying, pimp of the year for the players ball, 1975. You know what I'm saying? So if you notice when they was freeing the motherfucker, well, when they were making up, when him and Vontae were making up the plan, when they were leaning on the car making the plan, he said, man, I probably didn't even know I even win. You know what I'm saying? Well, he said I won, but that wasn't me. That was another, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a clone. And then when he released, when he released one of his clones at the end, he told him, "You pimp of the year." He said, "You pimp of the players ball of the year." You know what I'm saying? You pimp of the year players ball, 1975.
Yo,
I started laughing like a motherfucker. Cause he was programming it. He was telling them, you know what I'm saying, as he released them, you know what I'm saying? I said, whoa, boy, this shit is deep as a motherfucker.
That's probably the year he got kidnapped. Got abducted in 1975 after he won the
That's probably the year. And I bet you he probably came from where most of all the big pimps at, or big pimps go to, LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's
LA.
crazy.
Back then, especially back then, 1975, man. Player ball, you know what I'm saying? Your pimp of the year at the players ball. You know what I'm saying? He's a pimp of the year. You know what I'm saying? He wanted, you know what I'm saying, that crown they give him. I forgot what they call it. Pimp of the year or player of the year, but it's at the players ball though. 1975. I said, cause he kept saying this shit. Motherfucker, I'm fucking pimp of the motherfucker year, players ball, you know what I'm saying? 1975. Then when he started finding out he was a clone, they leaned against the car, making a plan up to go, you know what I'm saying, to laboratory the second time. He tells Vontae, man, I ain't probably even there, you know what I'm saying? He said like I won it, but it wasn't me. It was another, you know, version, another clone or the original one. You know what I'm saying? And then as he releasing one of his clones, don't even tell that motherfucker. That shit was funny as fuck, man. Boy, that shit was funny, man. I said, damn, he had to remind him, you know what I'm saying? He had to remind the clone as he released them, as he released all his clones. In 1975, player pimp of the year, players ball.
Pimp of the year. He kept saying that through the whole movie too. You know they say this like somebody that look like you around the world, man. It made me think of that also. Like when they always make these statements like there's somebody else on the planet that look just like you. Now I gotta start thinking like, damn, did I get cloned? Somebody around the planet that look like me and am I clone or am I the original?
Cosmic Cal, welcome to the panel.
What's going on, brothers? Shalom to you, brothers, man. How y'all doing?
Hey, shalom, bro. I'm good. About yourself?
Oh man, holding on like a hubcap, but I'm still spinning. You know what I mean? But, hey, just wanted to say, it's a good build, man, and I like these little Easter egg type little, you know what I mean, builds like this where you break down stuff. You know what I mean? I just wanted to add my little 2 cents into it too.
Yes,
I didn't hear the beginning parts of it, so I don't know if y'all already spoke on it or whatnot, but I wanted y'all to see some of the overreaching themes in the movie. The movie was built off a joke.
I know that.
The movie is in itself a joke. It's a joke that goes a pimp, a whore, and a drug dealer walk into a bar, walk into a church. That's the running joke. You know what I mean? And they took that into effect, and then they built off that theme. There's also another thing where they say a white man, black man, Chinese man walk into a bar, or a Christian, a Muslim, and you know, you see what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Hey,
So
matter of fact, Carl, but matter of fact, that cracker kind of told a joke. Remember when he had him put the gun in his mouth, But when he pulled up, you know what I'm saying, that Cadillac or what he was driving, he said, a pimp, a drug dealer, and a hoe walks into somewhere. He said that joke when he came in, but go ahead.
That is right. I didn't remember. I didn't remember that till you just said he did say that. Another overreaching theme I want y'all to get that. First of all, Fontaine, right? The drug dealing brother. He was a clone. In the end of the movie, the protagonist, the quote unquote hero, was a clone. So was the pimp. So was the girl. They were all clones. My thing was that I noticed that was very telling, that when they actually cloned the brother and he realized it, you know what I mean? He instantly went back to his natural programming. He didn't. Now, I find out that I'm some type of robot AI program or whatever's going on, I'm going to bug out. Right. But if you notice, he went right back to his natural program. He started drinking the 40s. He started selling dope. He was back. You dig what I'm saying? He went right back to his natural way.
Back to sleep.
Right back to sleep. Now, and then there's another overrunning theme. If you notice, they used biblical and religious ties. You dig what I'm talking about? Through the whole movie. And then on top of that, the crazy part, I watched it twice, and it's crazy I didn't see that part about the joke, but I watched it twice. And one of the things that I got from the movie was the black people didn't know what was going on. Nope. Right? They had no clue what was going on. They was dumb, deaf, and blind. But every white person in the movie was in on the whole thing.
Oh man, I gotta watch it again, bro, because I didn't catch that one. I missed that.
Look, the first guy who made him put the gun to his head, the second guy who was in the scientist who was in there, the DJ.
Right. Yep. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody who was white that was in the story was in on the programming. Remember, they went in the store for a minute. You know what I mean? Where they got the 40s. You dig what I'm saying? And the chicken place. You dig what I'm saying? There was a white guy working back there too.
Hey, you know what that alludes to, bro? Some people may agree and may not, but it's that underlying topic where white society know that they benefited off of what their forefathers and foremothers did within this construct we know as America, but yet they're not going to do anything to change it. They're going to go with the flow of the program.
Well, they've always told us that white supremacy don't work without black backs.
You're correct.
So to keep us and see what the world's powers have always known is to keep our people in ignorance, is to keep them in subjugation. You know what I mean? Using our natural quote unquote God-given soul vibe. You know what I mean? We soul people. We're not naturally warriors and killers, and you know what I mean? We don't pillage people when we go to their countries. We don't take things from them. You know what I mean? Right. But there are people who do in this world, and they play on our ignorance. That is the main theme throughout the whole movie. Nobody knew what was going on right up under their noses. They was living their lives, killing each other, smoking dope, hoeing, pimping, doing everything that they thought was correct, or doing everything that they were given. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Go ahead,
I want to get your opinion on this. What was your thoughts on the club coming out and chasing Fontaine with DJ Strangelove and the music? Like, you got to touch on the music and the apparatuses they use to control the people.
The crazy part, if you go back and remember, right? They got hip that these people was in here. You dig what I'm talking about? And something was going on. And the DJ gave a what? A call and response.
Mm-hmm.
He literally used hip hop to bring the people together and to move them out as one. In our style, call and response. Hey, ho, got some guys over here. What they doing? Go and kill them. Now let's kill them. You see what I'm saying? They put it right to the beat and to the music. Dude didn't lower the music or anything. He didn't like set off some type of trance state or something. Well, he set off a trance state, but it was done with the music.
Right.
So we understand things like cymatics, that sounds create shapes. Well, what if sound also alters thought?
Oh, it does.
So this would be the whole backing of entities like MK Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
They, you know, when you read off into it, they use sight and sound manipulation to the mind. And they also have, do you remember the old movie with Denzel called The Manchurian Candidate?
Candidate, yeah.
Now, they had programmed these boys and they didn't know. But when he said a certain word or a certain thing, these boys went directly into the programming.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing Fontaine did.
Sleeper cells.
But if you notice, they keep us in this state of helplessness and hopelessness and dark, and you know what I mean? And they play on it. And they play on it. And then what was so weird at the end was these people were clones. All the heroes in the movie were already clones.
Hey, Carl McHale, real quick, while you talking about that right there, because you said something earlier, and it wasn't exact true. What you said the pimp, the hoe, and the gangster was clones. No, the hoe was never a clone. See, you must have missed the part where they went and they was like, they found out that everybody wasn't being cloned. It was just certain people. It was the leaders, the pastor. It was the gangster. It was the pimp. It was everybody who they need to put as puppets to control us. But I want to know what you think about that, though. Because it wasn't
My thing was, if I'm not mistaken, they had the girl in the clone boxes, too. She was in the clone boxes too.
Well, no, they put her. She wouldn't have a clone. What they did, they kidnapped her and took her to the laboratory, and they was trying to fucking control her mind with the perm. Cause see, everybody who they didn't clone, they were gonna be able to control their minds through the chicken, the beer, the soda pop, the off-brand soda pop, the perms, and all that shit, the music. You know what I'm saying? All that shit right there. Cause everybody went clone. It's just certain the leaders, the pastor. He was a clone. The pimp, the gangster drug dealer. See, it gets a little deep, don't it? Though, don't call it.
I'm just saying, who else would you clone? Why wouldn't you clone the leaders or the people that the people in the hoods are looking up to? That's who we look up to. The basketball player, the doctor. Not the doctor, but the pimp. You dig what I'm talking about? The reverend. These is the guys we've based our whole lives off after. You see what I'm saying? The gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer. You dig what I'm talking about? These is the guys that first of all don't last long. You know what I mean? So they would probably need to be cloned. But these are the people that lead in our neighborhoods also. But notice, the killer is a bad guy. The drug dealer is a bad guy. You dig what I'm talking about? But they threw the reverend in there. So he must be doing something negative too. You know what I mean? It get deep. You know?
The reverend is the control center of the community.
Yeah, he indoctrinating.
The reverend, the church, that used to be the focal point of the black community. Like everything transacted and moved throughout the church, whether it was family matters, economics, resources, spiritual guidance, everything moved in and out through the black church within our community. So, it's pivotal to have the preacher involved, because if the preacher say something, that shit damn near like gold. That's like second in command to white society saying it, bro.
But they wouldn't clone him if he wasn't doing something that they want him to do. So what is the pastor today, since this is a movie today, given that the powers that be would need? It would be the indoctrination.
Yeah, it's indoctrination and keeping us far away from the Most High laws. You know what I'm saying? Keeping us in a lot of bullshit, keeping us away from being who's supposed to be according to the Creator / Most High. Keeping us away from that the laws. And the most important ones, just like the Bible and the Watchmen say, to love one another. And
Facts.
Those, you know what I'm saying? If he could do that, and then he could damn sure make us do all the rest of it. Kill each other, drug each other out, pimp each other, whore each other out, all the above. So the pastor is there to indoctrinate us to go against the Most High Creator's will. That's what I think.
Also, what the pastor does is generate funds for the government. What is every single church? A 501c3.
Yep.
They can't even speak against the government. But I did some homework, and I found this out 2 years ago. It may even been 3, so I know it's more now. But every single Sunday in just the black churches in America, $13.3 million are made in tithing, just in the black churches. Every Sunday. That's roughly 54 million a month. So where do all that money go if the hoods that are around the churches are dilapidated and broke down, full of these same hoes, drug dealers, and pimps? You dig what I'm talking about? So they might have a preacher to be their money getter. It makes sense. You dig what I'm talking about? Saturday, you go to the club. You dig what I'm talking about? Saturday, rev them in the club. That nigga walk through the back door, go up under the ground, come up out the church on Sunday, start preaching.
Preacher in the club.
Come on. It's the thing is that I'm getting that I'm thinking back on the movie now in retrospect. The club and the church were the same thing.
Hey, don't you see them, the choirs and the singers in the church revamping street themes and songs and trying to make it into the gospel and vice versa?
Yep, exactly. I was just watching, I guess you call it praise dancing. You do what I'm saying? But they do this little crazy dance in Louisiana where your legs be like bouncing out to the side and you know what I mean? You be jumping around and you dig what I'm saying? And the dude was in church gigging, but they was playing back that thing up.
Yeah, see?
In church. So, and I just seen that. It's crazy you brought that up because it was about a week ago, maybe a week or two ago. I just seen the guy dancing in church, gigging hard. He was going hard. You dig what I'm saying?
Everybody in the church was up jamming to that, huh?
Sure was. Even the old ladies talking about back that thing up.
Oh shit. Hey, you been seeing all these videos, these old women twerking and all that, man?
Yo,
they coming straight out the church.
What? But see, are these the effects? Think about it. Are these the effects of cloning and drugs and and our in the loss of our families in these societies. That grandma used to give you church candy. Y'all remember y'all used to get church candy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now grandma a thought.
Yeah.
Come on. Listen, it's more women in their 40s and 50s on TikTok showing more ass and titties than the young girls. As a matter of fact, grandma competing with her granddaughter.
Ain't that something?
Come on, man. Where does this come from? This is why movies like Undercover Brother, Black Dynamite, Us. Did y'all see that movie, Us?
Yeah, Us. Get Out.
Get Out. They clone Tyrone. This is why they're so beneficial to see. I would advise anybody to go see it. And I did. You know what? I got it at first, but it was told like it was funny. You know what I mean? It had a comedic, thread that went through the whole movie. So I'm kind of watching it like, this is retarded. What is, you know what I mean? But then I watched it again, and I'm sitting in there and I'm noticing these themes. And then the one thing, even though they movies, or even when somebody just tells me a story about their life, I like to put myself in their shoes. You know what I mean? Right. To see what would I do, and look at what he did compared to what I would do. You know what I mean? This is how I learn stuff. You know what I mean? Without necessarily having to go through it. You know what I mean? I learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I mean? Right. And the crazy part is with this cloning stuff, right? First of all, you could never learn from your mistake.
No, they're repeating everything each day.
Over and over and over again. So that has to be the program. So when you see little brothers shooting each other in the hood over nothing, when you see them knocking over old ladies, hitting them in the head, stealing their purses and running up in cribs over nothing, and you dig what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I had to step back and put myself in their shoes. If I was ignorant, right? But I had a program that I've been taught all my life through TV, books, radio, music, that to take and kill and harm and to do what you got to do. Survival of the fittest, which is the lowest of the low spiritual laws. Survival of the fittest is for animals. You know what I mean? But that's what we living in every single day.
Right.
So is it the people that are affecting the system, or is it the system that is affecting the people? I say, dang. Right? And I can't remember exactly what he said when the white guy pulled up in the caddy. And I didn't honestly, I know there's a point to it, and I want to see what y'all brothers got to say about this, man. But I couldn't figure out. Okay, dang, I think I do got it. Dang. Remember the big guy that was mind controlled? You know what I mean? That was with the white guy. I didn't get his role it didn't make sense for him to be there until you realize he is a coon and a gatekeeper. He is boule. He your own brother. Your own brother. It didn't make sense to me. He is the coon. He is the sellout. This is where they come from. You dig what I'm talking about? He would be essentially the guys who ran up to the stage with the shotgun and supposedly shot Malcolm X. You dig what I'm talking about? Which was a psyop in and of itself. Because the government gave them brothers shotguns, but they didn't trust them enough to actually kill them, so they gave them blanks.
Yeah, I heard
Didn't
that.
even, yeah, didn't. Oh, this is well known. As a matter of fact, y'all type in what is the sister's last? She has a pretty name too. It's Malcolm X's daughter.
Right.
She sued the government and won. Come to find out that in the ballroom that he was in, right, the government had already had people in the Nation of Islam. They already had them in there, but they recruited some guys and gave them the shotguns that they went in there with, but they didn't trust them. This how low your government think about you. They gave you the guns to set you up because they knew the NOI was gonna kill them or do something to them, or they may just not do it. Come to find out, they had a guy in the roof in the back of the ballroom that shot from the ceiling. One shot, not two shotgun blasts from two guys with shotgun blasts. They would have tore him in half. It was only one one bullet, and it came from up on the roof and not down below the stage where they were shooting from, were supposedly be shooting from. And this is in the FOIA release of the sister Shabazz's trial against the government. She won. They won. So my thing is this a continuation of this same COINTELPRO, which turned into a thing called Black Desk? And out of Black Desk, we get Black Book. You dig what I'm talking about? All the way up to the King Rex rules, to Rex 84, and all this deals with how to handle niggas. This is the great Negro problem. You know what I mean? Funny, this same Negro problem that we get in the 70s, 80s, and today was called an Indian problem in the 1820s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So maybe that's part of the indoctrination too, that we wasn't even never from Africa. We was from right here. And to keep the party going, somebody got to turn this water into wine. My thing is that, listen, bro, this movie is great. It's in my top 10 forever now. It's one of my top 10 favorites.
Yeah, it's definitely a hood classic.
Yeah, it's a classic right there. This is a wake up movie. This is a movie you want to keep watching and show everybody and send everybody and tell everybody to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because this can save some lives, man. This can take that and that clone indoctrination that's mentally put on our people and take it away. You know what I'm saying? Because it needs to be taken away, man.
But it's also letting us know a thing too, that in the end of the day, good people are going to have to get away from bad people. You dig what I'm talking about? Everybody ain't coming. Everybody ain't going. Everybody don't want to go.
Why everybody think everybody coming though? Why is that?
You want me to tell you why? Because we have been indoctrinated to believe, if nothing else, God is good, right? But they don't teach you the other half of that. They don't teach you reaping and sowing. They don't teach you karma and dharma. You see what I'm saying? They don't get that you gonna get back what you putting out. And so people have been lulled into this, just the same thing they did to our grandmothers and grandfathers back in the 1800s. They sold them pie in the sky. This is why they believe everybody going. This is why they believe they can do all the negative stuff that they do all day, but they gonna be forgiven.
That's that grape juice.
Come on, man. Come on. Somebody got to turn the water to wine.
And that chicken after service.
Come on, man. Hey, listen. I was so glad. I'd never been so proud to be a vegetarian in my life, bro. When they showed that chicken thing, you know what I instantly thought of when they showed that chicken thing? Popeyes. Remember they had them Popeye sandwiches a couple years ago when they first came out? They had people. They was killing people.
Crazy, fighting each other.
Yes, going crazy, fighting each other, shooting each other in the parking lot, beating up people over chicken sandwiches. It's the same. As soon as I seen it, I said, man, that's exactly what happened in 2020. That's exactly what happened. Do you remember they used to have them lines going all the way down the street for a chicken sandwich?
It was about that special sauce. I call it the Whack Arnold sauce, but whatever sauce they was putting on the chicken sandwich had them niggas going crazy.
Man.
Yep, it's that seasoning. It's that seasoning, nigga. They wasn't laughing though. They wasn't laughing. They were beating up each other for them goddamn chicken sandwiches. I was like, man,
that's crazy.
Damn mind. With your wig for this fried chicken, nigga.
Listen.
What you saying, son?
You stick your hand over here, you're gonna draw back a nub. Man, them boys were serious.
Yeah, man.
But what hit me though? What hit me, and I hope the sisters get this. What hit me? I got this one off instantly. You dig what I'm talking about? When they was doing the perms in the little barbershop thing, the little salon, I instantly thought of sisters. I said, dang, could this be the reason for thotonomics today? You dig what I'm talking about? It's a whole dichotomy. I call it thotonomics. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? Is this is why they didn't trick grandma into believing being a hoe is cool.
Grandma want to twerk.
Grandma want to sell that thing. Remember the old saying, Sally on the corner selling fruit cocktail. Remember the old song? You dig that's what grandma doing. That's crazy. Listen, you couldn't get me to believe ever my grandmama could be a thought. Why? Now she could have been hot and fast. She could have been hot and fast in her younger years. But when I start seeing her in her 30s and 40s, she was above board. I watch women all my life be some of the best women ever, man. You know what I mean? Nick can't tell me about nothing about my mama. That's the sweetest woman in the world. She come from a sweet woman who come from a sweet woman. So I didn't see that. You know what I mean? So to see grandma busting it open on the gram, you dig what I'm talking about? Sliding in people's DMs. It's off-putting to me. You know what I mean? And we gotta somebody said something. I think it was Hilltop. I think Hilltop said it a little bit, or maybe it was reading what somebody was saying, was that in the end of the day, it ain't wrong for us to love each other, right? What I want to say is that's the only way it's gonna work. That's the only way it's gonna work, to get past what we believe, right? And stand on what we know. And what I know is, with this brown skin in America, Don Yehuda, when he get pulled over by the police, he gonna get the same whooping I'm gonna get. Hilltop, when he get pulled over by the police, he see them lights behind him, he grip that wheel, and a little bit of fear go through him. Why? Because he gonna get the same whooping I'm gonna get. People act like the society is not racist, that it's not supremacist. What we showing and what we saying and what our clone Tyrone has been brought out, that this is a whole system. This is a system that's so ingrained in America that we don't even see it. We don't recognize racism. Racism ain't, hey, you nigger boy. That's not racism no more. Racism is, you're not black if you don't vote for Biden. Racism is, oh, you are, you're, what about your people? You know, you should take this shot. That's racism today. That's racism. Trying to tell black folks that they not the Jews. That's racism. You see what I'm saying? It's so ingrained in people, we don't even know we doing it half the time. Just like Fontaine. Just like the pimp. He didn't know what he was doing half the time. Man, I'm just saying, man, if y'all ain't seen it, y'all need to go ahead, hit Netflix or wherever you can get it at. Go hit your, I say support it, you know, go ahead and support it. Hit the Netflix, but then go and get you a copy from your local bootleg, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Support your brother in your neighborhood. You dig what I'm talking about? Because he's still whipping up DVDs and CDs. Because guess what's gonna happen? When your cable go out, guess what you're gonna have to use? DVD. Okay, we're gonna take a step back in time. Now I try to show that stuff to my kids, they don't even get it. I showed my daughter, who was 13, she just turned 14. I showed her a rotary phone. She didn't even know what it was. So I think it's gonna be, we're gonna have to touch back in. You know what I mean? With some of that home training you got from grandma. You know what I mean? And I think even COVID got us back into a little home training because we were spending more time with our families. And guess what we did first before we did anything? We washed our hands. Home training.
Facts. Big facts, man. I'd like to thank all you brothers and sisters for coming out, supporting everybody in the comment chat, section. I'd like to thank you, brother Cosmic Cal, the brother Don Yehuda. It was a great bill. This right here should be a great bill leading to the next episode on this show, which would be episode 49. Niggas always dragging their feet when it's time to get serious. Once again, episode 49 coming up. Niggas always dragging their feet when it's time to get serious, man. That right there alone can touch on so many different things, man. And that ties into this show because at the end they wasn't dragging their feet. You know what I'm saying? They came together and they took, did what they had to doggone do, man. But until next time, I appreciate all you brothers and sisters. Peace, love, and abundant blessings. Shalom.
Peace.